Today I am going to show you what CSRF protection is and how we can integrate it in our Laravel application to protect our forms. CSRF refers to cross-site request forgery attacks on web applications. CSRF attacks are the unauthorized activities which the authenticated users of the system perform. Therefore, many web applications are vulnerable to these attacks. So in my example, I am using a form that I have already created. I will use this form to make some requests without using the CSRF protection from Laravel to see whether it works or not. But to actually use this form, I will need to create a controller first that will return the request data that will be sent using forms. To create a controller in Laravel, we type php artisan make controller, and this controller is going to be named post controller. So once I have created the controller, I am going to the controller file. This can be found inside the ACP controllers and post controller. And inside here, I'm going to add a public function named post, and this post will hold the parameter request. And inside the function body, I am going to return request, and I'm also going to call the all method on the request. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because I also want to return the generated token that will be used to make the request. So once I'm done creating the controller, I will go to the web.php file, and inside here I will return the post controller that we have just created. So now that I have done that, I will create a route, and on this route I am going to call the post method since I'm using it on the HTML form, and I will also use the URI that is assigned inside the action attribute. So the URI is going to be post, and then I will call the post controller class, and inside the class I will add the post method. So now that the route is done, I'm going to the web app and I'm going to test the form. So inside the email, I'm going to add a test email, and inside the message, I'm going to write hello. Once we click on submit, we'll get a 419 error, which means that the page is expired. Now, this is because Laravel doesn't want us to create forms without applying the CSRF protection. Instead, Laravel wants us to generate a token for every user session. The generated token will then verify that the requests are sent by us. Now, in order to implement the CSRF protection that will generate the token, we'll need to include it inside the HTML form. There are multiple ways to include the CSRF protection, and one of them is using the CSRF field method. To include that in Laravel file, we need to wrap it inside the curly brackets. So now that I have included the CSRF protection inside the form, I will head over to the web app and I will turn back to the form. And inside the form, I'm going to type the same email and the same message as well. And once you click on submit, you will see that we're getting all the request information that we need. And inside here, the token, the CSRF token as well. Now, with the help of this token, Laravel can detect that the requests that are being sent using the form are legit. So that is for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Leave a like and a subscribe if yes, and see you next time.